I'm making this video because I think it's an important topic to discuss. And like a lot of things, especially things that I talk about on my YouTube, it can be a little bit taboo for just like, I guess, like normal people to talk about. But as you can see from the title, it's important to cycle your drugs. Now you're probably asking, Alton, what do you mean by that? Well, first, quick disclaimer, Mom, if you see this, I'm sorry, I promise, I'm not a drug addict. But I think that you need to cycle whatever vices that you have, because believe it or not, and this is coming from somebody who's kind of, I don't want to say struggled, like not in like an addiction way, but it's very hard to kind of go without nothing. And hear me out. If you live like a completely sober lifestyle, yes, some people can do that. And there's some people who can go on monk mode and they go long periods just foregoing everything. Alcohol, drugs, weed, nicotine. But for the average person, it is quite tough because life is quite tough. So for me, I'll get on a tip where I'm like, okay, well, that's it. I'm going straight edge. My biggest vice probably has been drinking throughout my life. So I'll be like, okay, I'm not drinking, so I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna drink. I don't specifically, personally smoke weed. I've never really been into weed, but I'll be like, okay, I'm not gonna drink. And what normally happens, I'll get like a week or 2 weeks into it and things are going well, and I start just like feeling, I start feeling like antsy, like almost like I feel like that craving, that, not, I don't call it my evil side of me, but there's that thing within me that's like, hey, I want something. Not necessarily like, oh, I'm addicted, I need to have a drink, but it's like I would like to engage in some type of stimuli. So that's normally when nicotine comes in. Again, I'm not promoting anything, I'm not promoting smoking anybody, but the reason why I even come on here and I'm like smoking is because sometimes I smoke. I don't have like an addiction to cigarettes. I'm not like constantly smoking, but in the periods when I go without drinking, you know, I might have a cig like 1 time a week or 2 times a week, whatever, just to kind of like do something, if that makes sense. So also, I only show it because I'm what most of these YouTubers aren't. I'm honest. I live here in LA. I live in a content house with 4 other content creators / influencers, and we go to different things. We go to different little like TikTok parties and YouTube events that we get invited to. And I promise you, a lot of these creators that you see that glamorize, oh, I'm straight edge, I don't do anything, this and that, I'm just a perfect person, they're not actually like that in real life. Like, I've seen these people freaking doing lines in the bathroom. So like, yeah, I always want to like be transparent with you guys and show basically that I'm a human, and that, yeah, I do things occasionally as well too. But back to the main subject, I actually think that cycling things is really good. For example, even like with something as simple as caffeine, people don't think that caffeine is a drug, but it is. If you drink coffee every day, after like 3 weeks, you're not gonna feel the coffee anymore. But what happens when you take a week off and then you go back? Well, that week that you go back, it's gonna be like the first time you ever drink coffee in your life. You're gonna feel super like jittery, and you're gonna have so much energy from it, and it's gonna feel really good. You're gonna have that dopamine hit from it. Most substances work this way. So I think it's good to take a break. For me, I kind of cycle between alcohol, I would say nicotine, and caffeine. Those are like my big ones. I think nicotine also has a little bit of a use. A lot of the big guys like Hormozy and stuff, they won't like do anything. They won't drink, they won't do any other types of like drugs, but they'll do those Zen patches. I don't like just the thought of a Zen, because I don't want to put like something in my mouth. It kind of makes me feel sick, like the taste or whatever, and having to spit it out and stuff never really like fit with me. But whatever it is for you, I want to say, like, don't feel bad for doing something. Don't feel bad engaging in some type of stimuli, because at the end of the day, we are all humans. Like, this life is like tough and this life is long. Lord willing, you'll be here for 100 years. So if you can get through it straight edge and that's your desire, then I applaud you and I commend you for it. But for those of us that maybe can't, or maybe don't even really want to, it's like, I know that if I really wanted to, I could stop everything. I could stop alcohol, I could stop smoking, I could stop even drinking coffee and caffeine for the rest of my life. But I wouldn't really want to live a life like that. Like, for being here, for doing things, like being out in LA, I'm working so hard. I work like 2 or 3 jobs, bartending at night, I'm doing the whole content thing, YouTube, I'm a musician as well. Life can get a bit stressful, and you know, since I'm really always working like basically 7 days a week, 6 to 7 days a week, it feels good every now and then to occasionally indulge in something. So comment down below, what are you guys' thoughts on this? I think cycling stuff is really good. Like, you know, I'll be off of alcohol probably for another, I don't know how long I'm gonna go this time. I want to do maybe like a month or 2. Man, in the meantime, I'll smoke an occasional cig, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. But yeah, like this video. If you guys did like it, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, because I post content like this every single day. And don't forget to turn on the post notification bell, because it'll let you guys know when I post. If this video resonated with you, check out this other video over here that's along a similar topic. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you tomorrow.